Hello, and glad to have you here. We've been talking about consistency, and today I'd like to delve into inconsistent and what does that look like, especially in business? What do you think? Let me know what you think. Drop in, if you have experience with being inconsistent and being consistent and what that looks like for you. Drop in where you're coming in from. It's always interesting to know where people are from because this is a global thing. And, there are people that come in from all over the world to, learn different things and to pick up different things and to have a conversation around different subjects and topics that I share. And the consistency thing is really something that, I think for me, I had this perfectionistic thing and I developed it somewhere along in childhood because it seemed like, I don't know, that's just what I did. Everything that I did had to be um, almost perfect, like my sister would clean the kitchen and you could tell that, she cleaned the kitchen. When I cleaned the kitchen, it was like every corner, was always cleaned and, every, speck of dust was gone and, and back in the day we didn't have near as much dust as we have now. But I have kind of always been like that and I don't know why, but I think it had something to do with me as I was developing and learning and just picking up things from that we pick up, and it seemed like I think probably people were saying, "Oh, she really does a good job," and so then I clung to that. I clung to something that would make me feel good about myself because I don't know, when you're a kid, I don't know what I was feeling. I just know that I just seemed to need more love than some of my other brothers and sisters. I needed more um, compliments, more, lifting up or something like that. And so, anyway, I don't want to get off topic, and let me go on. And before I get started again, introduce myself to those of you that I haven't had the pleasure of meeting. My name is Cherie Woodard, and I help business builders and entrepreneurs to use social media to get prospects, leads, and sales in their business. And I do that in a variety of ways. I use attraction marketing, lead generation, as well as live video, and giving the most modern, updated, and trending strategies and tips. So that is basically what I do. And I always like to let you know that if you want to go deeper with anything that I talk about on my lives, or, if you have any questions about, anything that you think that I can help you with given that realm of things that I said that I do, you can always reach me in Messenger and we can have a chat. And won't cost you anything. Just, if you want to check out and see, whatever it is that's bothering you, whatever question you have, so on and so on. So I won't belabor that. But I just think that for me, being perfectionistic was something that I, had a lot of. And I, became like kind of like the second mom in the house when my mom wasn't there. I wasn't the oldest, I was more of a middle child, but I just stood up and took the reins because it needed to be done. We were pretty wild running through the house, my mom's panties on our head, and back in the day, this is like way back in the day, we used to watch a lot of Tarzan movies and we'd have drawers on our head and flopping it like it's our hair, and that kind of stuff, and running through the house and tearing it up. And then eventually I just didn't think that that's what we should be doing. And I wanted to see it change. And I saw that from what I saw on TV. Leave It to Beaver and the Patty Duke Show and all of those types of things, which maybe sounds really foreign to some people, but not so much to others. Um, I just thought if they can live like that and not be running through the house crazy, then maybe that's what we should be doing. And so I set about to make changes. And so when mom wasn't there, they weren't running all over the place and, we weren't tearing down stuff and doing what have you. So, anyway, I just decided to change that. And that's kind of how I've gone throughout my life. I, see a problem and I want to find a solution for it. And that's just it's just how I've lived my life, and I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but or an in between thing. It's just the type of person that I am. But I found out that that perfectionistic um, attitude and the way that I, organized myself and my things and, everything, I could tell you exactly where to go in my purse to get whatever it was that you asked for. And I was saying it's in the middle left pocket, down in the bottom in the corner, and you'll be able to find it there. I mean, and you could always do that. Whatever I told you, wherever to look for something or wherever to get something from, it was exactly there because that's just how um, tightly wound I was as far as being perfectionistic. And then later, I think that as I decided to try to change that, it became more of being consistent. Now, for some people, maybe that wasn't a big thing. My sister, my older sister just wasn't really consistent. She didn't really want to be bothered with doing our chores the way that we had to do them. And she used to say, well, I don't care if we get a whooping or not, because how long can it hurt? How long can it last? Or whatever. And I was like, terrified of getting our butt beat or something like that. So, I would, do her work sometimes, because I just didn't want, to go through those changes. But I think that people that are inconsistent, and they may not be inconsistent with everything, but we may have some areas where we just, let things slide. And in our businesses is not the place to do that. So I'm told you those stories just to bring it to business so that we can see that it's important to be consistent in what it is that we do. If we're building a business online, we want to be able to be there and show up. But what inconsistently look be what do I have? I have inconsistent. Look back at my headline. Inconsistent. What does it look like? It looks like when someone doesn't show up, which are some of the things that I talked about yesterday. When someone has scheduled something and they don't show up, or, like I was a few minutes late today, I'm, not going to give you my excuses, but it's been kind of a wild morning, but, it's okay. I'm determined to show up though. And I still haven't figured out how this is going to roll into tomorrow and how I'm going to get that done. I might just decide to do my live later in the day when I get back from my procedure and do it like that because, like I said, that's the only, I didn't really have a choice on the time, the day. I was just told this is when we have an opening. You want to get it done, you need to get it done, do it. So, um, for me being consistent, showing up when I'm supposed to show up, doing the things that I'm supposed to do, is really important to me. And I know for some other people, it may not be as important because maybe they're not as focused on whatever it is that they're inconsistent with. Maybe they have some fears around certain things that cause them to do other things instead of the things that they need to do for their business. I've heard my mentors talk about this a lot, and how people will, you know, instead of doing what they need to do, maybe they're online. Most of us are, and they've got stuff to do, but then instead of doing what they need to do in the computer because it's stressful or it's causing them some fear or causing them some discomfort or I shouldn't say discomfort, causing them to feel uncomfortable, they'd rather go do a load of laundry. And I'm sure I have my things that, that I, substitute in, so I'm nowhere near perfect, but I know that a lot of people have told me that my consistency is just and I'm not trying to pat myself on the back, so please don't think that, but they've just told me that I'm very consistent. And it used to be that you could if I said something or if I said I was going to do something, you could take it to the bank. And I just always did what I was supposed to do. And then certain things happened to me and over time, and then I started to lose a little bit of that consistency, but I'm building it back up. I mean, I can't let my depression, take over my life. I can't let, what I'm walking through right now, during this, depression, just, cause me to, you know, let my business, drop. No, I'm not going to do that. I just keep trying. Some days I'll sit here and I, keep telling myself to focus and I have difficulty with that. But, it's okay because I'm not giving up. I'm not stopping. And I remember one of the things that one of my mentors, Helen Martin, did live about how important it was to maybe be a good parent to yourself and help yourself to become more disciplined again the way that maybe you used to be, or something that's going to help you to get the things done that you need to get done. And I thought that was a pretty good idea, and I started trying to do that for myself. um, so it's still kind of having a little bit of trouble, but overall, I would say my consistency is still good. I show up for my lives. I do the things that I need to do for my business. Maybe not everything, but I do most of the things. And there are some days that it's really tough, and I only do bare bones of what it is for my plan for the day. My daily method of operation, and we've talked about that in the past. And I still get done things that I need to do, the most important things. And but we have to be able to be aware and know what inconsistency looks like. And that's when you don't show up, or you show up every now and then. You have appointments that you don't keep, those types of things. In your business, it's so important to be consistent because people don't trust you, won't trust you, may not like you, or they may like you, but they don't feel like they can really um, trust you because you're this way one week and you're not the other week, and then you're back again 2 weeks later or something like that. And I think I mentioned something like that. Or you have certain days that you go live, like I go live Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. And some days, because of I'm still in training on a lot of things that I still want to grow in and learn, and so that I can continue to give better information and help others out there that are like me, because I'm a business builder and I, started off, old school, and I like doing what I'm doing now. I like being online. I love being able to come here and, just talk to you, and not so much talk at you, but talk with you, and answer comments and, say hi and that kind of thing, and give you, some of the things that I'm learning that might help you. So I'm not going to keep going with this, but we're talking about being consistent this week. And so today was what inconsistency looks like. And tomorrow we'll talk maybe a little bit more about what it looks like and how you can get there. Because there are ways to get more consistent and to stop putting other things in place when you really don't want to do. You need to do the things that you have said that you are going to do and come through. So basically, that is it. So, don't forget, if you have questions, if you want to go further, deeper, you can always get me on Messenger, and and we can have a little chat, and it's not like I'm. It won't cost you anything. It's just a chat, to see, what it is that you have a question about, or what it is that you're concerned about, given what we've been talking about this week. Tomorrow is my procedure. I will figure out, like I said, if I will be able to do, because today has been kind of crazy this morning. But so I'll have to figure this out because it's one of those procedures that nobody likes to do, but we all need to do it every so often to make sure that everything is working correctly and there's no problem. So it's my turn. So I'm gonna get off. Take care wherever you are in the world, no matter what time it is for you. Have a great rest of the day. And I'm gonna go on and get off, and I will see you tomorrow. Either um, it's gonna be really early in the morning, and I don't know if I'm gonna be able to sit long enough to do a live without running. So it may be more so after my procedure that I do it whenever I'm more alert. So I will see you guys sometime tomorrow, and you'll see me when it'll pop up in your notifications of when I'm going live. So, all right, talk soon. Bye now.